Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our regular scheduled coverage of Legacy Tuesdays here on Full House Games. We have Harry playing Burn, facing off against Jared playing Merfolk, and we are trying out a new camera angle for this week. And to start us off, joining me is Jonathan Winter and Jack Walton. Bit of a fast start from Harry here, dropping an Arid Mesa into one of his one-drop creatures, I suppose.
Yeah, you gotta leave the
He doesn't know what Jared's on yet. If he'd known he was on Merfolk, I think he would have slammed a Grim Lava Man, so...
Yeah, because
fair
you
enough.
just really don't want to get a daze, so...
Well, he's got two, so... Yeah.
And that is a Dismember in his hand, not a Disfigure, as the hands are supposed to show.
Dismember is the Red Mage's favourite removal spell.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing it come down here. Yeah. So that's pretty good. For Harry?
Yeah, like, as good as Harry's deck is here, you know, with the double Lava Mancer, which I imagine is pretty outstanding in this matchup.
Yep.
It's a pretty nice play there, playing around days with the suspended Rift Bolt.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, so lead with the Lava Mancer and then still play around days by just suspending your Rift Bolts.
Yeah. And clearly he does not care about the dice. He's just jamming it, doesn't want the dice.
Dice is his life total, I think.
No, for the Rift Bolt.
Yeah, sure.
He knows. It's now. Now's the time to do 3.
The time is... Oh, wow. He's drawn another one. Great. So just going to swing for one.
Smash him in the face. Alright, so... Yeah, so
Suspend.
he did play around days last time, but unfortunately...
Now he's not playing around days, yeah. Unless he's wanting to play one of those lightning bolts next turn.
I think his plan would probably be launch it at the face as soon as possible.
He's already 10 life.
Yeah. And I think we have to see the days here, right? Like,
he's got to get at least
gotta
some
get
value
something out of it.
Apparently not.
No, he does not care. So this Lava Mancer is just getting close to lethal by itself, right? Like, he literally doesn't need to cast another spell.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Fixing Devil.
If Harry just leaves up some land here, that was a really quick game one.
Yes.
I didn't even need to point any burn spells at any fish, so pretty quick win. That Dismember really kind of was not ideal.
No, it's
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
blessing.
Yeah, it saves you 2 damage in the long run, I guess, but I mean, I would have played some fish a turn earlier rather than... Like, I know he played the Goblin Lava Mancer, and that means less damage to your... Like, the fish is going to die, but I guess that ultimately means less damage to you as well as a player if he hits your fish. Because he had 3 Lords in hand, 2 Master of the Pearl Trident, and then 2 of the other guys.
Actually,
I don't think Merfolk's got anything to bring in for this match. Certainly not any life gain.
Almost
He's
like
got a
a
jit
jit.
there, he's got a jit, so... Yeah.
I guess the relics help against whatever else.
Lava Mancer.
I don't think you can bring in Swan Song because
No.
it's just going to cut it down ultimately.
Yeah, Swan Song is probably better than Seething Sun. I would consider Swan Song to be, playable.
Especially when Seething Song just adds red to your mana pool.
Seems pretty uncastable in his deck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Merfolk is fast enough to win.
Yes.
So if Merfolk just gets a really good draw, ideally with Ether Vial, I think it can win on certainly turn 4. Don't think turn 3. But
Well, even that game, right, where we saw him, not really cast a lot of spells, he probably had lethal sort of next turn would have been pretty close. I mean, He had 12 on board and Harry was at 15. It's not exactly far away, but
If you rip a Lord,
yeah.
and that's why I probably would have played an extra Lord a turn earlier. I mean, I know he can just bolt it or shock it with the Lava Mancer, but it's 2 less damage to your face.
Yeah.
So, there's that. I mean, Harry did have a really good hand, following up with a Vexing Devil. And, you know, and that's going to take out at least 1 Lord.
Yeah. Like, Vexing Devil, not a particularly potent card in a lot of the matchups. Like, it does 4 damage for 1 mana some of the time, but a lot of the decks in Legacy can just kind of deal with it, so they let it resolve. Whereas Merfolk...
Vexing Devil is an interesting one because I think I would not like to play it. Just about every card in Magic's history where you give your opponent a choice is bad.
Yeah.
Classic example is Browbeat, which is 5 damage or you draw 3 cards.
5 damage to the face? That's the best thing you've ever seen.
Well, both sides of Browbeat seem amazing, but it has been a proven failure in burn decks.
So you're just not a fan of giving your opponents the choice?
But the thing is, Vexing Devil has kind of proven itself somewhat.
Yeah, a little bit.
On turn 1 and 2, it's almost guaranteed 4 damage. The only drawback is late game, it can be an effectively dead card.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it's seen a lot of play, like it can see a lot of play in modern zoo decks with this Experiment 1 now coming in as a 1-1, and then I think the play we worked out from Hall in his Fat Zoo deck would be to drop Experiment 1 on turn 1 into a Burning Tree Emissary, and then into a Wild Nikata, which is now a 3-3, and then into the Vexing Devil off the extra mana, and have a 4-4, a 2-2, a 3-3, and a 4-3 on turn 2. Seems pretty potent.
Ridiculous. I mean, obviously he's just living the dream pretty good there.
We did see him do that play without the Vexing Devil though, but he did have them in the deck, so...
It's pretty aight.
It's clearly primed for some potent play.
Alright, so we've seen a lot of red cards from Harry. It's kind of like what the deck does.
Hellspark
Not a
Elemental.
lot
Like
of
zero
mountains. Double Relic for Jared, not super great.
Force.
Yeah.
Force of Will, True Name Nemesis.
Double Relic is unfortunate in that hand because
Lord of
you don't
Atlantis.
want to be forced. You don't want to be discarding your beat sticks to a force.
Yeah, no.
But that said, I think I'd keep that hand.
And I think Jared has, if we get a nice shot of his head there.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable to keep it, but you obviously could hope for better hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Meanwhile,
think
Harry's
his
going
plan
for
is going to have to be
Mulligan.
to stick True Name and try to stay alive long enough for it to do its thing.
The old True Name. Yep. 6
I
cards don't matter as long as there's 3 lands.
I think the best thing that Harry can hope for is probably an Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Yeah, I think the
That was
best
a
thing
rather quick
he's...
pitch.
I think he's just hoping for a mountain, actually. He'll settle for a mountain.
I'm curious to know how much land
Interesting
Legacy
that
Burn plays.
sideboarding has taken longer than the first match. Because that's power burn for you. If you're not prepared for it.
Yeah, I think Burn is a little bit underrated, but it's a pretty inconsistent combo deck, in my opinion.
You'd call it a combo deck?
It behaves
Yeah.
like a combo deck.
Well, the idea
Okay.
is to, like, bolt them in the face 7 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your combo is, like, 1 land, 7 bolts.
Sure. I think that's 3 lands.
I think I saw 2 land, and
2
I
lands?
think it
And a
was...
5 loss. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a Rift Bolt coming down.
Suspended.
It's not exactly the ideal turn 1. Like, you obviously want to start with creatures and use your spells later, but...
I don't know if playing Lord of Atlantis here is the right play. I think that should be the thing you pitch to force.
Well, he's got a Master of Pearl Trident and a Lord of Atlantis.
Yeah, so he's going to go
That's
with
a
your
relic.
here.
That's an
And a
Aether Vial.
relic. Okay, so
Okay.
relic, Aether Vial. It's on the field.
What's your thoughts on actually just casting the second relic?
That's fine. He's probably going to just cash it in. I think one will be enough to stop any Grim Lavamancer shenanigans.
Yeah. I think he's got 2 Force of Wills in hand. Oh no, one's a True Name Nemesis. No.
And I think he just...
Double True Name now.
Yeah, I think he'd draw another one, but unfortunately doesn't have the land to go with it.
True Name, Force.
So now that second True Name is going to be what you discard to Force.
Yeah, but the Pyroblast is actually taking care of that. So no more True
Wait, what
Name.
just happened? He...
He tapped Relic, I think.
Yes, so the Lord got counted.
Oh, he played the...
The Pyroblast into the Lord, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we are kind of getting to that point again where a combo player is just a couple of cards away. It looks like
Spell Pierce.
Spell
It's that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Lightning Bolt there.
Very interesting that he chooses to cast one of them but not 2 of them.
One of the Lightning Bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. True Name coming down.
Alright.
And
Is that double True Name?
That's
Lightning
the
bolt to the
boys.
face.
Oh, he forced
And
that, so he's
Kitchen
hellbent.
Force.
So that's what he's up against. Double True Name. Can he get there in time?
It is 6 damage a turn.
But I mean, I think one more like lightning bolt and he's
Yeah,
gone.
there was a Chain Lightning.
Yeah.
Is that
It's a Rift Bolt in hand, I believe.
I-
sorry.
a double Sec Mountain one again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
Fire
Blast.
Blast. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
And a Lightning Bolt in
representing
hand as well.
potentially 7 damage in his hand, and his opponent's on 10. Got about 1,000,000 and 3 outs to just kill him now, but we will have to see if he hits one. Of
So
course.
he just needs to draw 3 more damage and hope his opponent doesn't draw.
I think he's hit a Mutavault, actually. Yeah, it looks like a Mutavault in play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
Six
really he
balls.
doesn't have a lot of turns to hit it, but that's not
So,
good. It's one mountain, and I think next turn is probably his last turn.
If Jared draws a counter spell, I think he's gold.
Yeah, that's basically what you need here. I think Harry needs to draw 1 burn spell, it doesn't matter which, and Jared needs to...
Yeah, so I think we're going to the
Double
point-
fire
It,
boss.
it does matter which, because that's not the one you
So
want.
now he's got. Is he just dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. He drew second fire.
Alright, quick game 1 and a quick game 2.
Yeah, I imagine.
Well, he
games
mulled
never go
twice.
to-
That was a good effort.
Yeah, that was
Good
actually
place.
pretty close for a double
Yeah.
mulligan. Because, like all combo decks, I guess this doesn't really mulligan that well. I mean, it's pretty redundant, so you can do fine off sort of 6 or 5. Once you get any lower than that, obviously, it's pretty ridiculously hard.
Putting in, taking out...
I think what we just saw was the...
Lava Mantis coming out?
No, I think the Goblin Guides came back in.
Okay.
I
and
think he took out
Lava Mantis.
Sulfuric Vortex, I think. I can't imagine that you ever take out the Love Mancers in this matchup. They're kind of where you want to be. But, you know, everyone's different, and I imagine that maybe he doesn't want to waste time killing his creatures with that Lava Mancer, just wants to go upstairs.
Well, he's seen the relics, so maybe he's just going to try and blank that sideboard card.
Also true.
And bear in mind, game 1 he didn't even use Grim Lavamancer as the removal stick.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was still like 4... I think it was actually 5.
It was 5 damage because he swung with it once, yeah.
So...
But Grim Lavamancer is for creatures. You know, it's in the burn deck to kill creatures
Yes.
and, you know, do a little bit extra to the face if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when required.
On the play, I can understand not taking them out. I mean, taking them out and just going the linear
Gonna
to
zap
your
ya.
face route.
Yep.
Yep. Would you leave the Goblin Guides in?
I think they're pretty much like the best card in the deck, so I think pretty much 100% keep in for that card. Can't imagine any matchup where you don't really want it, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, even if they play kind of like...
I reckon if Burn had 8 Goblin Guides, it'd be a tier 1 deck. But it only has 4 Goblin Guides.
They're not like super great the later the game goes, right?
It's just one of those 1-drops that turns the deck into a different deck if you get it.
Talking about a different deck, we're looking at the old red control here.
Yeah, I think that's the matchup with
Mono red control.
3 Pyroblasts in hand and an Arid Mesa, a Lightning Bolt.
That's yeah. Actually, no, that is a pretty decent keep. It just means you're in for the long game.
Yeah, he needs to rip another land to turn those Hellspark Elementals online. And is that a Shattering Spree?
I think it's a Smash to
Smash the Smithereens, sorry.
So the sideboard is in hand.
Okay, so...
If Harry accidentally searched for a non-basic land there, he would have been, for whatever reason, he would have been pwned.
He would have been wasted.
I don't think Harry can actually search for a non-basic land.
Yeah, it's not like that.
I don't think we're seeing a lot of
Boros
white
deck
here. We're just kind of...
Yeah. But, you know, more power to him for it. 10 shot, counted the Master of the Pearl Trident. Damn, this is a quick game today.
Not a master.
What's nice for Harry is if he gets a second land, his Hellsparks are going to dodge that Spell Pierce.
Yeah, but the Spell Pierce is gone.
Oof, there's an Idol under the Grave Revel.
I'm not really sure if I know what Spell Pierce does, but does that even hit creatures?
No,
this is already a long game. For this matchup.
long game for Burn.
Yeah.
With all these counter spells coming down.
Not much action there for Jared.
So this one's actually a little bit awkward, this Curse Catcher. I mean, he kind of has to respond, right? He can't just let this resolve.
Gonna bolt it?
No, he's gonna bolt the Lord here, I believe.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Why would you use that? Okay, I guess you want to save your
He has to do it.
Pyroblast, say a true name Nemesis.
He just has to do it in response to the Curse Catcher, because he doesn't want to get his curse caught.
So what does he play a 2-drop here?
Look, he's in actually a fair bit of trouble here, I think.
I think he's got to kill the Lord before he starts going up his curve.
Yeah, that's probably...
Playing around the Curse Catcher there. With the Suspend yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
How the heck is Jared on 20 lives still? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not something you typically see for...
Oh, look at this. We're gonna get Smash in here. I can feel it.
Smash is a 2-cost, yeah?
Yeah. And it also, like, bolts your opponent.
Yeah, destroy... It's kind of better than that, Tuk Tuk Scrapper from World Wake. I think it's World Wake. Rise of the Eldrazi. Lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good there.
Alright, so we are seeing a Merfolk player with not a lot of things to do. Has a Phantasmal Image, which is super awkward. A card that's...
If you copy Mutavault, it becomes a land, right? Like it,
Yeah. Yeah, it'll turn back into a land,
yeah.
I think.
It is a Mutavault, so it'd have everything to do with the Mutavault. Draws a Cavern of Souls, definitely not what he's looking for.
Not exactly a sick rip.
He just wants to get the party started here, and...
I don't think a
fun
Mutavault's
police
exactly
here.
what you want to copy, though.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're turning like a 7-turn clock into a 4-turn clock.
Yeah, I can see that.
Alright.
Time to grind out some Hellsparks.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the Hellsparks are really good here, because after just ripping through Jared's hand, he's in a pretty
There's
sweet
another
spot.
awkward draw. Turns out it's okay because he just has enough mana to do it, right?
What is it?
It's...
It's
Silver
the,
Gilada with no Merfolk in hand. I guess his players just sort of... Alright, he's going to animate the Mutavault and get in for some beats.
That means he can't play
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to actually cast that Silvergill as a permanent clock.
Anyway, going chaining. And look, I think he's actually starting to get out of this because Jared's just hit a pretty.
Yeah, I think
bad
the
run.
old red control seems to have won this. Won the attrition battle at the start here.
I mean, like, there's still a lot of play left in this game. Are we lightning bolting and mutavault?
Yep.
Seems very, very interesting. Maybe.
I probably would have gone for the adept.
I think you just want to bolt face there. I think you're definitely just on the train of.
Don't you
getting
think it's a
good.
bit risky playing the second health spot from your hand instead of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely meant to be an unearthed.
Is Unearth just an ability or is it a cast?
It's an ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just return it from the graveyard to play. Yeah, I think that plays around days and all that then. Which
Well, no, I'm thinking about relic. If he rips a relic, he can
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
into
see.
the graveyard.
Alright, so Phantasmal Image has copied Curse Catcher. And we're looking
No,
at...
it's not a curse catcher.
Oh,
it's
sorry,
a
yeah, Silvergill.
Oh, and he has divert in hand. That one's pretty spicy.
There's nothing too... I suppose it just diverts to his face.
Yeah, and I guess, when you're racing, kind of seems like where you want to be.
Yeah, these draws from Jared are pretty poor.
Yeah.
They're getting away from it. Got a force now. It's going to do nothing.
Force and Advert. Well, you can hardcast the Force.
Yeah.
It's true. What's that last one?
Harry is on 6 though. That's quite low.
Yeah.
This is where Vexing Devil is quite good, I suppose.
Oh,
That's-
of course it.
It's
Yeah.
Red's blocker.
Mm,
Did he hardcast that force?
yes, he did. And this is an
I
Eidolon.
think this Eidolon has hit a block,
Um,
Yeah, because...
Yeah.
I'm not sure that he needs to just yet.
Oh,
Okay,
actually,
yep.
that Lord... Actually,
He needs to.
Taking
Okay,
2,
so-
going down to 3.
Depending on the attacks here, right? Potentially we're looking at Unearth for lethal.
So he's taken...
Well, he has to block, so...
Yeah, okay, so he's not looking to
If he rips another land, it's Unearth for lethal, I think. Because...
So they're both on 3. It all comes down to this. Needs a lightning bolt.
He's got a Rift Bolt, Nick and Unearth.
Has he got a rift bolt?
Yeah. In hand,
Is-
I think.
And,
I think
but he's
that's
got
what it is.
divert and mana to
Oh,
crit.
no, sorry, that's an Eidolon with Great Revel.
That'd be so funny to divert lightning bolt to kind of win the game. So I assumed he blocked the Hellspark with a
Blocked
Lord?
with the Lord, yeah.
So
And
he's just got
Silvergill was dead from last time.
he's got to animate Immutable and attack.
he doesn't have
a
a
Mutavault.
Yeah,
Oh,
got
yeah.
bolted a little while ago. And
Oh.
he goes to 1, and I mean...
So he's got a Phantasmal Image in
there's a
hand.
lightning bolt, that's pretty good.
Just unearthing seems better. Alright, that seems to be the game.
And if he'd actually cast that lightning bolt, would have died.
Yeah.
Actually,
No, he
divert
could have
has
paid
a-
the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had 2 mana to pay.
Oh,
Would have But I think Jared could have played that other Phantasmal Image in his hand that he just drew, and seen what he drew off the top as he copies his other Phantasmal Image, and it's a Silvergill adept, and then he draws and maybe gets
Was it a
out.
Silvergill?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a Silvergill, Phantasmal copying Silvergill. I think that was his only out.
I
to
don't
be
know why he
honest.
didn't do that.
I guess he might be a new player and be worried about having to sacrifice his guy, but it's a pretty slim out chance anyway. So, alright.
Close
That
game.
was- yeah, absolutely. That was round 1 of Legacy
Mono red
Tuesdays.
control getting there in the end.
Yeah. That was round 1 of Legacy Tuesdays. Unfortunately, we don't have a round 2, but please join us for round 3 coming up next. 3 coming up next. 3 coming up next. 3 coming